Unit 5, Level 3, page 98. And we're going to look at reading 1. Reading 1, Fear Factor, Success and Risk in Extreme Sports. You are going to read an article from National Geographic News that looks at why some people do extreme sports. Extreme sports are sports that most people think are very risky. Use the article to gather information and ideas for your unit assignment. Right, so obviously you're going to read the article on the next page, page 99, before you do all of this. Exercise A, preview the reading. Read the first sentence of each paragraph. Why do you think people do things like extreme sports? Check your ideas. So you're going to put a check in the box that you feel are the ideas of why people do extreme sports. So once again, you're going to have to read the article in order to get your answers. Exercise B, quick write. Think about a sport or an activity that is very risky. Write for 5 to 10 minutes in response. Be sure to use this section for your unit assignment. Exercise C is the vocabulary. Check the words you know, then work with a partner to locate each word in the reading. Use clues to help define the words you don't know. Check your definitions in the dictionary. Right, so this is the list of vocabulary words that they have given you. We're going to quickly just go through it. Aspect, challenge, mental, notable, perceive, precaution, pursuit, tolerance, trait, and vivid. This is the list of vocabulary that they have given you. So what you need to do with this list, it says check the words you know. You're going to go through the list and see which words you already know. Then work with a partner to locate each word in the reading. Now this is something you don't have to do. You don't have to work with a partner. You can do it by yourself. So you will take each word and then you will look for it in the reading on the next page. Use clues to help define the words you don't know. Check your definitions in the dictionary. Right? So the words that you don't understand the meaning of, you will take the word and you will check the definition in the dictionary. That is how you will do this exercise C. Exercise D, go online to listen and practice your pronunciation. So exercise D you will do on the IQ online exercises that they have. You can go on the Q skills and you can do this exercise. Right, we're going to turn over to the next page, page 99. At page 99, work with the reading. Exercise A, read the article and gather information about why people take risks. So you are going to read this article, Fear Factor, Success and Risk in Extreme Sports. That is the name of the article. Let us turn over to the next page, page 100. So as you can see, the article continues at the top of page 100. Next, on exercise B, we look at the vocabulary. Here are some words from reading 1. Read the sentences. Circle the answer that best matches the meaning of each bold word. Then compare your answers with a partner. The last part, comparing with a partner. If you do not have a partner, it is perfectly fine. You can compare your answers to the previous article, reading 1. So it says circle the answer that best matches the meaning of each bold word. So this is the bold word. Let's look at number 1. The bold word is the word mental. Now you will circle the correct answer from here, either A or B. If you feel mental is relating to the mind, you will circle A. If you feel mental is relating to the body, you will circle B. So you will choose your correct answer from here, and you will do the rest of the exercise in the same manner. Right, let us turn over to page 101. As you can see, the exercise continues. Number 5 all the way to number 10. You will do the same. You will look at the word that is written in bold, and then you will choose your correct answer from A or B. Next, they have exercise C. Go online for more practice with the vocabulary. So this is also another exercise which you will do online on the Q Skills account. Exercise D, read the main ideas. Write the paragraph number where they are found. So how will you do this? You will read the main ideas, A, B, C, and D. If you feel A is found in paragraph 1, you will write 1. If you feel A is found in paragraph 2, you will write 2. That is how you will complete this exercise. Turn over to the next page, page 102. Right, we will look at exercise E. Complete the chart. Write an example from reading 1 for each of the main ideas from activity D on page 101. Right, so you will complete the chart that they have provided. This is the chart that they have provided. So they have given you the first one as an example. The first column says main idea, a higher tolerance of risk, and they have written the example. Darren Ralls, a ski racer, right? So that is the example. The next one, fear of risk, and you will write any example from reading 1 over here. The next one, adrenaline flow. You will take an example from reading 1 and write it here. Risk perception. You will take an example from reading 1 and write it over here. Exercise F. Complete each statement with information from reading 1. So each one of the statements from number 1 to number 5, you will take information from reading 1 and you will fill in the blanks. Exercise G. Read the statements below. Choose the person from reading 1 who might make each statement. Now for this particular exercise, for exercise G, I would recommend that you read reading 1 once more to have a better understanding of each person. So it says read the statements below, choose the person from reading 1 who might make each statement. So number 1, if you feel number 1 will be Shane Murphy, you will write B over here. If you feel number 1 will be Lester Keller, you will write D over here, right? That is how you will complete exercise G. Let us now turn over to the next page, page 103, exercise H. Go online to read the risks of farming and check your comprehension. So once again, this is another article or another exercise that you will do online on the Q Skills account. The next one, exercise A, write what you think. It says discuss these questions in a group. Think of an activity that you think is risky. Why do you think it is risky? Give specific reasons. How would someone who does this activity frequently feel differently about it, and why? So that is number 1. Number 2, according to the latest statistics, the number of deaths per 100,000, one of the most dangerous jobs in the US is a fisherman. Does fishing seem like a very dangerous job? Why or why not? You will write your opinion. Why do you think we perceive activities such as mountain climbing to be riskier than they actually are? Right, so these are the 3 questions that they provide. It says discuss these questions in a group. If for some reason you cannot discuss these questions in a group, you can always think about your possible answers and you can write them down. So I will show you the answer key of possible answers. Right, so as you can see, they have given you possible answers. Number 1, I think downhill skiing is risky. You are moving incredibly fast and you can easily fall and injure yourself. Also, if you do injure yourself, you're up in the mountains far from a hospital. Someone who skis frequently wouldn't see downhill skiing as that risky because they have probably skied many times without getting hurt. They probably feel very much in control when they ski. Right, so that is an example of how you will write your answers, right? Number 1, number 2, and number 3. Exercise B. Choose one question and write a paragraph in response. Look back at your quick write on page 98 as you think about what you learned. Right, so that is how you will do exercise B. You will choose one of the questions, right? And then you will write a paragraph in response. So it doesn't say how big the paragraph is going to be. The paragraph can be maybe 6 sentences, maybe 5 sentences, right? Look back at your quick write on page 98 as you think about what you learned. So obviously you will refer to your quick write on page 98 to think about what you have learned. Right, next we are going to do the reading skill. Using reference to understand contrast. A referent is a word or group of words that refers to a noun that was mentioned previously. Understanding reference will help you become a better reader. In reading 1, the writer is focusing on what makes one group of people, those who enjoy extreme sports, different from everyone else, those who do not enjoy extreme sports. The writer uses certain words and phrases to refer to each group throughout the reading. So this is the example that they have given you. Group 1, which is the minority, the least amount of people. People who enjoy extreme sports. Some people, others, certain people, they, these types of people. Group 2, the majority, most amount of people. People who don't enjoy extreme sports. The rest of us, most of us, many people, we, right? So these are the reference that the writer uses. He uses group 1, the minority, group 2, the majority. Next, the example. He notes that most of us reach a point that limits our appetite for extreme risk. The referent, most of us, people who don't enjoy extreme sports. The next example, but others have a much higher tolerance for risk. The referent is the word others, people who enjoy extreme sports. I would suggest, if you do not understand the reading skill, I would strongly suggest that you go back and you read this explanation once more. Let us turn over to the next page. Right, we have exercise A. Read the sentences from reading 1. Underline the words and phrases that refer to people who enjoy extreme sports. Circle the words and phrases that refer to the majority of people. Now, basically what you are going to do in this exercise, it says read the sentences from reading 1. All of these sentences are from reading 1. Underline the words and phrases. So you are going to underline the words and phrases that refer to people who enjoy extreme sports. So anything that seems like it is referring to people who enjoy extreme sports, you are going to underline it. For example, you could say embrace extreme risk. Embrace, you can underline. Circle the words and phrases that refer to the majority of people. Any word that refers to the majority of people, you will circle. That is how you will complete exercise A. Exercise B. Read the paragraph about the types of people who choose to become fishermen. Underline the words and phrases that refer to the fishermen. Circle the words and phrases that refer to the majority of people. Right, so in this paragraph, you are going to first read this paragraph, and then you are going to underline the words and phrases that refer to the fishermen. Any word or phrase that refers to fishermen, you will underline it. You will circle the words and phrases that refer to the majority of people. Remember, once again, if you are confused about majority, you can refer back to the reading skill that I explained on the previous page. Let us now look at the next page, page 105. Reading 2, The Climb of My Life. You are going to read an excerpt from a book called The Climb of My Life, Scaling Mountains with a Borrowed Heart by Kelly Perkins. It's about a woman who climbs a mountain 10 months after having a heart transplant. A transplant is a type of surgery in which an organ, for example a heart, liver or kidney, is replaced. Use the reading to gather information and ideas for your unit assignment. Right, so you're obviously going to do exercise A and exercise B after reading 2, which is on the next page. Preview the reading, read the title and first 2 paragraphs. Why do you think Kelly took the risk of climbing a mountain? You will check the correct answer. Exercise B, quick write. Think about a time when you had a challenge in life, perhaps a physical challenge like an illness. What did you do to help you overcome this challenge? Write for 5 to 10 minutes in response. Be sure to use this section for your unit assignment. Right, so you are going to write a paragraph for about 5 to 10 minutes. You are going to think about any challenge that you had in life. Next, we are going to look at exercise C, vocabulary. Check the words you know. Use a dictionary to define any new or unknown words. Then discuss with a partner how the words will relate to the unit. Okay, so in this vocabulary, you are going to put a check next to the words you already understand. If you do not understand the word, you are going to use a dictionary to define the word. Find the definition for the words you don't know. Let's go through the list. Bravely, conquer, determined, distinctive, earn, goal, role, significant, ultimate. Exercise D, go online to listen and practice your pronunciation. So if you go online to the Q Skills account, you will find the pronunciation for the vocabulary. Let us now turn over page 106. Right, so page 106, you have the reading. It says work with the reading. Exercise A, read the excerpt from the book and gather information about why people take risks. Right, so the name of the article or the name of the book, The Climb of My Life. You will find it on page 106 and 107. So you will read all of this. You will read page 106, 107 before you attempt answering any questions. Let us turn over to page 108. Right, so page 108. We are going to look at exercise B. Exercise B, vocabulary. Complete each sentence with the vocabulary from reading 2. So you are going to use the previous vocabulary that we discussed, and you are going to fill in the blanks to complete exercise B. Exercise C, go online for more practice with the vocabulary. So if you feel you need more practice with this vocab, you can simply go online to the Q Skills account and you can practice. Exercise D, read the sentences, then number them in the order that the events happened. So all of this is the events from the previous reading, reading 2. You are going to read each one and you are going to put them in the correct order. So for example, A can be number 1, E can be number 1, C could be number 3, right? You are going to read the sentences first and then you are going to put them in the correct order that the events happened. So in order to get the information, you need to read reading 2 once more. Let us turn over to the next page, page 109, exercise E. Read the summary statements, then write the number of the paragraph in reading 2 that each statement summarizes. Right, so in this exercise, these are the summary statements, right? So you are going to read the summary statements. Then you are going to write the number of the paragraph in reading 2 that each statement summarizes. So as you can see in the example, number 1, this is the statement, and this statement comes from paragraph number 2. So the person has written number 2 in the space provided. You will do the same for number 2, 3, and 4. You will write the paragraph number that each statement comes from. Exercise F. Complete each statement with information from reading 2. Then write the paragraph number where the answer is found. So you are going to complete each statement from number 1 to number 6 with the information from reading 2. You are going to get the information from reading 2. Then write the paragraph number where the answer is found. So lastly, you are going to write the paragraph number at the end of each statement. Exercise G. Read the statements, write T for true or F for false, and write the paragraph number where the answer is found. Then correct each false statement to make it true. So basically in this particular exercise, exercise G, you are going to read the statements. You are going to write T for true or F for false. If you feel the statement is false, you are going to correct each false statement by writing the correct answer. That is how you will complete exercise G. Let's turn over to the next page. Right, page 110. Write what you think. Exercise A. Discuss the questions in a group. Look back at your quick write on page 105 as you think about what you learned. So you are going to read question number 1, question number 2, and then you are going to write your opinion about what you learned. Right, these are the answer keys. These are possible answers that you could write, number 1 and number 2. She would rather face the challenge of climbing mountains than the challenge of being ill. That's a possible answer for number 1. For number 2, a possible answer, yes, because after her transplant, she was trying to change her image and prove herself. No, because she always loved the challenge of being outdoors. So this is another possible answer for number 2. Right, exercise B. Think about the unit video, reading 1 and reading 2, as you discuss the questions. Then choose one question and write a paragraph in response. So you are going to first read question 1 and then question 2. Then you are going to choose one question and write a response, right? So here are possible answers. Remember, answers will vary, so these are possible answers. Your answers can be slightly different. Right, lastly, we are going to look at the vocabulary skill, using the dictionary to find the correct meaning. It says words often have more than one meaning. When dictionaries include more than one meaning, the different definitions are usually numbered. When you are using a dictionary to find the correct meaning for a word, it is important to read the entire sentence and consider the context. Look at the example and the dictionary definitions that follow it. Definition 4 is correct. Example: mountains began to consume my thoughts. So obviously the word is consume. So look at number 4. Used about an emotion to affect someone very strongly. For example, she was consumed by grief when her son was killed. This is how we have used the word consumed to make a sentence. Right, so that is your vocabulary skill. Let us turn over to page 111. Read these sentences from the readings. Look up the underlined words in your dictionary and write the correct definition based on the context. Then compare your answers with a partner. Right, so for this particular exercise, you need to use a dictionary. It doesn't matter whether you are using a hard copy dictionary or whether you are using a digital online dictionary. It says read these sentences from readings. Look up the underlined words. So these are the underlined words in your dictionary and write the correct definition based on the context. So you have to read the sentence, write the context, and then you will take, for example, drive, and you will write the meaning according to the context. So for example, if you look at the vocabulary skill, they give you 4 definitions. Only one definition will work with the context of the sentence. So in this example, this is the sentence, number 1. Now drive, only one definition will work with this context, right? So you will complete each one in the same manner. Exercise B, choose 3 words from activity A. Write a sentence using each word. So you will choose 3 words from activity A. You will write them down here. And then you will write a sentence using each one word that you have chosen. Exercise C, go online for more practice with using the dictionary to find the correct meaning. So this is another exercise that you can do online. And that wraps up your reading.